Hello and thanks for joining us here on the Handshake with me, Lynn Komjisha. This is New Vision TV. We get to discuss what is happening in the economy and those things that relate to finances. I have with me Paul Busharizi, who delves into these things, takes me back to class and makes me understand economics. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, the World Athletics Championships ended on Sunday.
Yes.
I will have to remind you, I'm not a sports person. I see these things happening. But then I've learned that Uganda, one of our people, Joshua Cheptegei, won a silver medal.
The 5,000 meters.
Yes. Now, after that winning, he was approached by Bahrain and offered $500,000 US to run for Bahrain.
$500,000 a year.
A year.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, well, it comes to about 1.8 billion shillings, Uganda shillings.
Whoa. So I'm wondering, do we have many sportsmen here?
Yeah,
and
I
ladies?
mean, the scandal is that we do, and we just keep getting 1 or 2 medals per event when we should be doing more, when we should be getting more.
So did he win some money?
Yes, he did. For a silver medal, I forget what it was, but I think he won about 100 million shillings.
Like Uganda million shillings?
Yeah, well, yes, it would have been $100 million, would have been better, of course, but it was 100 billion, about 100 million Uganda shillings for his winning a silver medal. But the scandal is, why don't we have more of these people?
Exactly.
We had Kiprotich in the, was it last World Championship or 2 World Championships ago?
Yeah, some time back, because the last one he failed, I think.
No, this is 2017.
Yes.
There was a World Championship in 2013 when he won in Moscow, the marathon. And then he won the Olympics in 2012, and then he's been out. We have now Cheptegei. We've had several other people. I see them. I kind of lose. These guys are like Chinese. They are all the same.
Is it because we we don't give them money or what?
No, I think we don't see the value as a society. It's maybe a long story. We are maybe too poor to support sportsmen as a society. The great sporting nations, I think, around the world have all this money that they can also dedicate to sports facilities and all that kind of business. But people like the Cheptegeis and the Kiprotichs have shown that maybe we don't, and the Kenyans by extension have shown maybe you don't need all that money, much amount of money. We've been struggling to put up some athletics center somewhere in eastern Uganda. It's been stalling. It's kind of never getting finished since 2012.
Yes.
But for things like middle distance, I think we have a good pool of talent. Just needs to get involved and we'll be churning in this money. Imagine if you had like the Kenyans do. They have easily about 50 athletes winning throughout the year, something or the other. That's income to those athletes and their families. It's probably even tax revenue to the country. It's good for the public image of the country. So why not? But I think the challenge for us many times is that our associations that run our sports are not very switched on, I think, to be kind to them. They're not switched on as to what they have to do. We make the same mistake like we used to make many years ago, that an electrical engineer has to be the managing director of Umeme. A water engineer has to be the managing director of National Water. A journalist has to be the managing director of the New Vision. There's management. It's all nice. If you're a sportsman at the same time understand management, it's good. You can go and manage. But many times these managers, I think, of our associations just don't know how to get these things going.
But if, say, we churned into these people, into these sportsmen and ladies, what would that mean for the economy?
No, I mean, let's start from a macro thing. One, your country's the awareness of our country is increased. Yes. Which is useful for marketing a country. If no one knows you, then you can't sell anything. But just the fact that we have a winner, like you have a winner like Kiprotich in front of the many millions of viewers when you won the London Marathon on the last day of the Olympics, when everyone is watching the marathon. There's nothing else to watch on the last day of the marathon. That's great. I mean, people say, hey, Uganda, they start checking the map. Can we go there? Oh, it's not such a bad place, not a jungle. There are no crocodiles just walk around the streets. You can go there. tourism can be boosted at a macro level. I mean, at the individual level of the athletes, of course, it improves their lives. I mean, let's Kiprotich is a prison warder. They're not the best paid people in our society. You can imagine what improved income has done for his family. They probably bought themselves houses and stuff. Also, on the individual level, there are a lot of kids around who probably have talent, but the way the society is structured, they see as if there's no hope.
There's no reason.
And so now he says, hey, Kiprotich, but I used to beat that guy when I was in school. He's never beaten me. Why don't I go? Interesting stories told of Kenyan athletes who, there's one athlete, I forget his name, he went and he started winning international. The older brother was looking and saying, but that guy has never beaten me in his life, and now he can't beat me. Why? And then he went out and started winning himself. So it inspires. I think there's a case to be made for a systematic attempt to try and develop this group of people to get out there and make money for themselves and for us all.
And for us all, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, congratulations, Joshua Cheptegei, on that win, and I hope many of our youths have been inspired. I think there's need to tap into this sports area, because I think there's money in it. If you look at all these developed countries that have a very interesting personalities, sports personalities, there's a lot of money. Here, this one is being transferred to here for ABCD, and the money is a lot. And you're here thinking, I think that could finance our budget. The other day, I think one of the footballers was being transferred, and his money was amounting to our budget. And someone like saying, hey, this one can finance our budget. So you see, we are missing out in one way or the other. But I think it's time we, tapped into this. So try, you never know. I used to run a marathon, but I doubt I can do it now. Paul, thank you.
You're welcome.